Hello.
Hey, Katie.
What's up? How you been, Scotty? How was your Easter?
It was good.
How's how was Easter yoga?
I loved it. It was really good.
Good, good, good.
It didn't quite kill me the way it usually does on
Oh,
Sunday morning.
oh, good. I'm so glad. That was a fun class. My teacher trainers we are learning how to sequence. So my teacher trainers basically like came up with that entire class. We all did it together and then I
Oh,
took it on Sunday. So I was like, you guys get to see your class unfold.
yeah, it was good.
I mean, just my usual, but they were learning how to build a flow like Katie shifted. All right. Hi Barb.
Hi,
How are ya?
fine. Just always a last minute thing.
Well, yeah, same for me. I just pop on here 12 on the dot. Hi Diane. You don't have to put your screen on, but glad to see you joining us.
Hey, I'm just like trying to find a spot right now. That's what.
Okay, you're good. You don't have to turn your screen on unless you want to. These guys lots of times turn theirs off when we start. But look at that cute face on the side of Barb's screen. Aw. Hi. Hi.
Sure.
Oh my God, he's so cute.
He loves yoga. Your voice comes on and he's down here.
Really? That's amazing.
Hey, it's teacher's choice. What are you going to do to us?
Oh. Well, first of all, I was gonna ask what it was, and it's my choice. Wow. That's the best
You
thing I
never
could
get your
imagine.
choice.
I know. I love this day. Um, let's see. Well, you know me, soft flow, probably some sort of soft flow. And
Yeah.
let's just see what happens if I just soft flow.
Buffalo sounds
Good.
wonderful.
We'll be a little soft and a little flow and see where we go. Okay. I'm gonna mute y'all's and then leave your screen on, turn it off, whatever you prefer. You're also, of course, welcome if you want to turn on your own music or anything you like in your own space. And let's just start in seated meditation, any way that feels comfortable for you. So I'm gonna kneel today, but you can sit however you want. And then if you want to move a little, roll your head around, roll your shoulders around, stretch your arms up, or anything else, feel free. And eventually just find stillness, either hands in your lap or hands at your heart. Close your eyes or lower and soften your gaze. And let's just drop in with 3 big, spacious breaths together. So next inhale, fill up as big as you can. Take a moment to pause at the top. Maybe take an extra little sip. And then sigh out your mouth, let it go. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, fill up. As full as you can become. Take up so much space. Hold. Extra sip if you want. And then open your mouth and just sigh, release. One more time. Biggest inhale you've taken all day long. Every single space expands with this breath, and then take that extra sip at the top. Open your mouth, release. Ujjayi now. So close your mouth, seal your lips, and just start to breathe through your nose, through your nostrils only, but you're using the muscles in the back of your throat. You're constricting them gently. So it's very different than just a typical nostril breath. It sounds different, it feels different. It's deep, it comes all the way down from your diaphragm. You hear that little whisper noise, almost like an ocean wave as you're breathing slowly in and out. So use your breath throughout our practice to support you from the inside, to guide you from the inside, and to help you create more space from the inside. So staying in your seat a little bit longer, if you need to readjust, you're welcome to do so, but we're just going to start to incorporate a little bit of movement with our breath. So with your next inhalation, just reach your arms out to both sides and all the way up to the sky. Palms come together, pinky fingers press together, and then exhale, reach your arms out to both sides, reach out as far as you can, and then hands return down, maybe fingertips touch the ground. Just like that, inhale, reach out like you have great big wings and all the way up. See if you can get your pinky fingers to touch, come together, palms press, and then exhale, reach out and all the way down. And stay with this just a few more rounds. Make it a moving meditation. So really use this time to be more mindful, to connect your breath to your movement, to bind your breath to your movement. So yoga means to yoke or to bind. So you're binding your awareness to your breath. You're binding your breath to your movement. All right, my friends. Next time you inhale and reach up, just keep your arms there. And then as you exhale, bring your right hand down to your side, fingertips or hand to the ground. You might crawl your hand out a little bit, bend your elbow a little bit, nice side body stretch. So left arm lengthens, puff up through your left rib cage. Keep your sit bones rooted and grounded if possible. Take just a couple more rounds, feel the length in your side body. And then with your next inhale, come back to center, arms reach up. As you exhale, other side. So left hand down if you're with me, walk your left hand out a little bit, bend your elbow. And then extend and lengthen through your right side. Imagine you're puffing up your right rib cage, pushing your rib cage up towards the sky. Breathe into that space, keep your sit bones grounded. And last breath or two. With your next inhalation, come back to center, arms extend overhead. And as you exhale, just transition onto your hands and your knees, tabletop. From hands and knees for about 3 to 5 rounds, just anything that would feel good, intuitive movement, anything that calls to you. And then eventually back to your downward facing dog. So whenever you're ready, downward facing dog awaits you. And once you're in your dog pose, just feel around for a few breaths. Pedal out your heels, give your head a little shake or a little nod. Stay connected to Ujjayi, so hear it, feel it, that expansion and contraction. One more big inhale. Then as you exhale, look to the top of your yoga mat. However you'd like to get there, forward fold. Once you have arrived, come into a halfway lift position. So stick your butt out, reach the crown of your head forward, back of your neck is long. Exhale, fold, release. Do that again, halfway lift. Crown reaches forward, tops of thighs press back. Exhale, fold. And then this time, let's take it all the way to stand. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Let's take a couple half sun salutes. Inhale, high mountain. Exhale, slow dive. And breathe in, spinal extension. Exhale, fold. From the press of your feet, all the way up. Inhale, reach. Hands to your heart, exhale. One more like that. High mountain pose, inhale. Exhale, take the entire length of your exhale to dive down and fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, let it go. And then let's take it back up. Inhale, take your arms to the sky. Hands to your heart center as you exhale. All right, inhale, stretch tall, reach up. Let's bring our hands behind our back. Interlace your fingers. Roll your shoulders back and down, shoulder blades squeeze towards your spine, and then start to reach your hands back away from your body. Try not to lock out your elbows. If you want a little bit more, hug in with your inner thighs, press your hips forward, puff your heart up, tilt your chin up. Breathe. Take one more huge inhalation into the front of your heart space. And then as you exhale, hinge at your hips and slowly dive all the way down, forward fold. Halfway lift, keep your fingers interlaced behind your back as you lengthen. Stick your butt out, exhale, fold, keep your fingers interlaced. See if you can lift your knuckles higher, one more inhale. Exhale, bring your hands to your low back, then release your clasp, let your arms come down, maybe give them a little shaky shake. Next, inhale, halfway lift, lengthen and realign your spine. Exhale, plant your hands, step your feet to the back of your yoga mat. All right, this is not soft flow, but I'm feeling it. Let's do side plank. Right hand is your base. Roll into the baby toe edge of your right foot. Left arm to the sky, Vashisthasana. So hips lifted really high. Of course, if you want to modify, right knee could come down. Otherwise, lift your hips to get out of your shoulder and your wrist. You want to be using your oblique muscles as much as possible. Maybe reach your left arm forward, so feel that length in your left side. Puff up your left ribs and maybe even float your left leg up. As your left leg lifts, lift your hips higher. Take one last big breath. And then let's come back. Plank or modified plank, you choose. Inhale at the top of your push-up, push the ground away. And then slowly lower for 3, strong straight line, 2, 1. Inhale, baby cobra, stay low, use your back strength, press through your pelvis and your shoelaces. Exhale, lower. Spider-Man cobra, nice and wide with your hands on your fingertips. Inhale, lift your heart, tone your belly. Exhale, lower. Full cobra, so hands frame your mid-ribs. Inhale, lift your heart just as high as feels right. Shoulders back and down. Exhale, release. Now take it up to a tabletop position. Hands and knees. Okie dokie. From your tabletop, my friends, let's pivot on our right knee. So setting up for a modified side plank. Pivot on your right knee. Left leg reaches back. If you modified our full side plank, you might have already been here, but we'll hold this one a little longer. So rather than sticking your butt out behind you, try to press your hips forward so you're squeezing through your outer right glute. And then left arm to the sky or left arm forward, bicep next to your ear. Maybe your left leg floats up, make your left leg strong and powerful. So this is where you can stay if you want, or let's move into our half bow variation. Bend your left knee, reach back. The tendency, once you've got your foot, is to kick your foot up like this. Try not to do that. Kick your foot back, press your hips forward, let your heart look up. So squeeze your outer right butt cheek to press your hips forward. Feel your back muscles hug around your spine. Your left toes should be active. Spread them apart one last round wherever you are at. And then ever so slowly and intentionally let go. Come back to hands and knees, tabletop. From hands and knees, gate your right leg out to the right. So your right leg extends out and your toes face forward. Press the sole of your foot down as much as you can. Left arm out and then left arm up. Gaze up, breathe in. Exhale, thread your left arm. Thread your left arm through and come down to rest gently on the outside of your shoulder and head. And then breathe big and spacious into your back body. If you do not like having your right leg extended, if it feels like it's not giving you any sort of benefit, then set your right knee down at any time. all the way to empty as you exhale. All right, if you do happen to have your right hand lifted, set it back on the ground. And then next time you inhale, unthread your left arm, reach it out and all the way up. And then exhale, left hand down. Pick up your right foot. Take your right toes off the left edge of your mat. Push them into the ground and kind of pull your hips to the right. Gaze back over your left shoulder. So lengthening through your right side. Feel into it. So if you're like, I don't understand what I should be getting out of this, then move around a little bit and see what you can find. I like to round my back and bend my right elbow a lot. Well, I guess I'm bending both of my elbows, but just in different ways. So make it feel good for your body. Get curious. One last round. And then come back to a tabletop, hands and knees. And then let's take it all the way back to our downward facing dog. Alrighty, from down dog, inhale your right leg to the sky. Open up your right hip, so peel it open. Squeeze your outer right butt cheek. Keep pressing through both of your hands, lifting from your center. One more in breath. Exhale, right knee towards your nose, so round and hollow out your belly. Push the ground away, step forward softly. And then let's rise slowly, crescent lunge. Those strong legs. Energetically, you're hugging in. Front hip pulls back, back hip draws forward. There's a little tone in your lowest, deepest abdominals. It's your transverse. So it's your belly button pulling in and up just slightly. And it feels like there's a brace around your middle. Feel nice and supported. Breathe into your crescent lunge and feel whatever there is to feel today. We're going to turn it into a side body stretch. So grab your left wrist with your right hand and then lift your left wrist up and over to the right. Keep your left shoulder back and down, plugged into the socket. Keep pulling your right hip back and breathe down your long left side. Little tone in your belly, soft face. One last breath. Lengthen your left side. Inhale back to crescent, back to center. And exhale, bring your hands down. Let's walk our hands to the long edge, the left long edge of our mat. Parallel your feet, straighten out your legs. Halfway lift position on an inhale. And then as you exhale, you choose wherever you want to go, about 5 to 7 breaths. So you're more than welcome to explore and play, move around. Or maybe you just be still. My friends, start to wrap it up wherever you're working. And with your next inhale, halfway lift position, fingertips on the ground. So bend your knees if you need to get your hands on the ground, and then walk your hands to the top of your mat so you're in a low lunge position. Now from your low lunge, listen, 3-legged down dog. Take your right leg back and up, open up your right hip again. Great place to stay, or if you would like, option to flip your dog. Right toes come back, softly land, and then open through your front body. Breathe all the way down into your belly. Soften through your facial muscles. One more great big huge breath if you're with me in the back bend. And then everybody downward facing dog. And just walk it out. Pedal it out. After pedaling it out for a moment, just set your knees down and sit your hips back. Child's pose. And just notice whatever there is to notice. Feel whatever there is to feel. Good job, you guys. Maybe take a big sigh out your mouth. And then once again, down dog. Great big inhale into your dog pose. Lift your hips really high. Maybe even come up to your fingertips if you feel like it. Exhale, look forward. Get to the top of your mat however you want. Forward fold. Lift and lengthen. Halfway lift. Breathe in. Exhale, release. Take it all the way up. Extend your arms overhead. Big stretch. Into your heart center as you exhale. Flow with breath. Inhale, high mountain. Baby back bend. Cactus your arms. Puff up your heart. Press your hips forward gently. Hug in with inner thighs. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, dive down slowly. Fold. Spinal extension. Halfway lift. Breathe in. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, planks, pause. Now we've got our side plank. Left hand is your foundation. Roll onto the baby toe edge of your left foot. Right arm to the sky. Of course, you can modify if you want to. Option to reach your right arm forward, possibly even float your right leg up. So if you are on the outer edge of your left foot, imagine you're karate chopping the ground with the outer edge of your left foot. It's strong and powerful. Your toes are flexed. Take one more deep breath wherever you are at. Plank or modified. Inhale at the top of your push-up. Exhale, slowly lower. Strong straight line of energy. Inhale first, just baby cobra, so stay nice and low. Use your back strength. Exhale, release. Spider-Man cobra, hands wide on your fingertips. Lift. Breathe in. Exhale, lower. Full cobra, whatever that looks like for you. So just as high as feels right, using a little strength in your arms now. Shoulders down and back. Exhale, lower. And then tabletop, hands and knees. All right. From hands and knees, we're moving into modified side plank. So you may have just been here, but pivot on your left knee, reach your right leg back, right arm up. So make sure you're not sticking your butt out, but instead press your hips forward. And then if you want to reach your right arm forward. Maybe float your right leg up and make your right leg strong, like you're stomping your right foot onto the wall behind you. Only if you'd like, option to join me for the bind. Bend your right knee, reach back, grab hold of your foot. And then once you've got it, gentle leverage. So kick foot into hand, pull hand back into foot, but try not to kick your foot up. Kick your foot back and let your heart look up. Breathe, soften around the pose, soften through your outer shell, soften through your facial muscles. And then ever so slowly, take one last breath, and then you're going to release hands and knees, nice and easy. Once you're on your hands and your knees again, tabletop, gate your left leg out to the left. So left leg extends out, toes face directly forward, and press your foot into the ground as best you can. Right arm out to the right, all the way up. Inhale. And exhale to thread your right arm through. So reach, 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 and then gently come down to rest. Breathe into your back body, back of your heart space, back ribs. All the way down low back. Good job, you guys. Take about 2 more breaths or so. And then if you do have your left hand lifted, set it back down. Next, inhale, unthread your right arm. Reach it out and all the way up. And then exhale, right hand down. Pick up your left foot. Swing your left toes off the right edge of your mat. And pull your hips to the left a little bit. Gaze back over your right shoulder. Whatever feels good. See what you can find. So round your back, arch your back. Peekaboo under your right armpit. Bend your elbows. Come down to your forearms. One last deep breath. And back to tabletop. And back to downward facing dog. Walk out your dog. Connect back to Ujjayi if you've lost it. All right, from your down dog, inhale your left leg to the sky. Peel your left hip open, so bend your knee, reach it out and up. Hug in with your right inner thigh. So you shouldn't be sinking over to the right. You should be hugging in with your right inner thigh, and the mobility is coming from your left hip joint. Take one more inhale here, active through your left foot. Exhale, left knee towards your nose, round your back, keep your hips high, and step your left foot forward as soft as possible. And then rise up to your crescent lunge. I'm gonna take a little drink of my matcha. All right, so settling in. Stabilize through your legs, your foundation, then feel into your expression through your upper body. That brace around your middle, your transverse abdominis is supporting you. All right, we're moving into a side body stretch. Grab your right wrist with your left hand and think think up and then over. So up and then over to the left. Pull on your right wrist gently, but resist with your right arm. So imagine you're pulling your right shoulder back and down, plugging it into the socket. Pull your left hip back and breathe down your long right side. Keep that tone in your belly, your transverse. Soften through your facial muscles. One last round here. Good job, friends. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, bring your hands to the earth. Low lunge. And then let's walk our hands to the right long edge of our mat. Wide-legged straddle position. Inhale, lift halfway. And then exhale, either work into your fold or wherever you want to go to explore or play for about 5 rounds or so. All right, next time you breathe in, let's find that halfway lift, fingertips on the ground. So bend your knees as needed and then walk your hands to the top of your space, low lunge. So from your low lunge, 3-legged down dog, left leg all the way back and up, open up your left hip. So your left knee is bent and your left outer glute is squeezing. You can stay right here or flip your dog, left foot comes down. Lift through your heart, lift through your hips and breathe down into your belly. Stretch your abdominal wall. One more inhale. And then if you're with me in the back bend, exhale, come back into your down dog and walk it out. Pedal it out. And then whenever you're ready, just set your knees down and set your hips back. Child's pose. What are you doing, Rooks? You cutie. So some grounding breaths. All right, once again, downward facing dog. Ujjayi breath. Inhale, push the ground away. And exhale, look to the top of your mat, step or hop, forward fold. Lift and lengthen, halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Rise all the way up, big stretch at the top, breathe in. And exhale, hands to your heart. Okay, let's just play for a moment with our balance. Bring your hands to your hips and root into your right foot. Lift your left knee. So as you lifted your left knee, your left hip might have lifted a little bit, and that's okay, but try not to lift it a lot. So as much as you can, hips stay level. Hug in with your inner thighs, flex your left toes. And then, keeping everything else as still as possible, open and close your left knee. So open it out to the left. As you open it out, you should feel your outer left butt cheek squeeze, and then close it back up. Open, close, open, close. At your own pace, as best you can, everything else stays nice and still. And then next time your left knee opens out to the left, tree pose. Place your foot against your right leg wherever you want to. So I'm using my hand to help my foot up to my inner thigh. You can put your foot on your inner thigh, your inner calf, your inner ankle. Hands to your heart, or if you want, your arms can reach up, grow your branches. We'll be here for about 4 or 5 rounds, so feel free to explore a little bit with your upper body. Feel free to explore with your gaze. If you fall out, totally fine. Come back in slowly as you're ready. Just feeling whatever there is to feel. Maybe noticing your transverse abdominis. I notice a lot that I'm not engaging my transverse in this pose. I'm just kind of pressing my belly and my ribs forward. A little adjustment is a big difference. All right, my friends, from tree pose, try to stay balanced on your right leg a little longer. Release your left foot from your leg. Bring your left knee back to midline. So now you're in standing staff. Inhale here. Like you're moving in slow motion. Low lunge. See if you can land with your fingers and toes at the exact same time. Low lunge. Woo! Once you've landed, gently set your back knee down. If you need extra padding, you can fold over the side of your mat or grab something like a pillow or a blanket. Bring your hands inside your right foot. Walk your right foot out wide. So you want to make sure you have enough space in your legs. If you have a really, really short stance, it's going to be hard to go anywhere. So make sure your right foot is far enough forward that you can lean forward, let your hips move towards the ground gently. And then imagine you're trying to lift your heart up. Let your heart look forward. You can be on your fingertips. You can be on your hands. You can also have a block under your hands. Pivot your right toes out to the right if you want, if that's helpful. So you don't want your right knee to collapse in. You want it to track out. Take about 3-4 more rounds. You can also make fists with your hands against the ground. Send your breath down into your hips. One last round here. Feel free to exhale out your mouth. And then let's walk our right foot back to midline. So you're going to frame your right foot with your hands now. Lift your back knee up. We're going to find a pyramid stance. So step your back foot forward so both feet are flat on the ground. And I like my feet on 2 train tracks. All of my toes face directly forward. Come to a halfway lift position for just a moment. And as you're here, really focus on pulling your right butt cheek back as far as you possibly can. And then even imagine there's a rope attached to your butt cheek and it's pulling up towards the sky. So try to tilt your sit bone, your right sit bone up. Take one more big inhale. And then exhale, fold over your front leg. Think forehead towards shin, nose toward knee, navel towards spine at the bottom of each exhalation. And take about 3 or 4 more breaths here.
Good job, you guys. Keep pulling your right butt cheek up and back. Exhale to dive a little deeper. Last round. Bottom of your exhale, forward fold. Step your left foot to the top of your space. Heel toe your feet together until your big toes touch. Little gap in between your heels. Tuck and curl, little tiny potato bug ball. So butt towards the ground and nose towards your knees. You can lift your heels up or you can try to press your heels down. Either one is perfect. One works strength, one works flexibility. Maybe even wrap your arms around your shins if you want. One more breath here. And then halfway lift, heels down, spine long. Exhale, fold. Rise all the way up, arms extend overhead, inhale. And hands to your heart center, exhale. All right. Okay, we've got all that on the other side. So, hands to hips. We've got our standing staff first. Left foot is your base. Lift your right knee. Hug in with your inner thighs. Flex your right toes. Find your balance. Focus your gaze on something that's not moving. And then slowly open and close your right knee as you're ready. Squeeze your outer right butt cheek and try not to move any other part of your body. Everything else is still and quiet as your right hip does the work. It opens and closes. Right hip is a hinge on a door. Your right leg is the door. Next time your right knee is open, place your foot on your leg for tree pose. Wherever you want to place it. Does not necessarily have to be what you did on the other side. And then arms are your choice. Press your foot into your leg back into your foot. So you're continuing to hug towards midline. That little tone in your low belly, transverse so you're not flaring your ribs. And if you're falling in and out, that's perfectly fine. Soft base. Notice how you talk to yourself when you're balancing. Just get curious. And then we're going to try to stay balanced on our left foot. We're coming to a standing staff position. So if at all possible, left foot stays on the ground, right foot stays lifted, release your foot from your leg, bring your knee back to center, standing staff. If you want, you can even extend forward. Slow motion, low lunge, slow, low lunge. See if you can land with fingers and toes at the exact same time. Once you get there, you might have to make some adjustments. I'm going to widen my stance a bit, make it longer. Hands to the inside of left foot. Walk your left foot all the way out to the width of your mat. I'm even bringing mine onto my hardwood floor. So nice and wide is great. Back knee comes down gently. And then see if you can let your hips melt down and let your heart lift up. That's the intention. Try not to put too much of your weight, like try not to collapse to your right side, but continue to encourage your weight to your left side. Don't let your left knee come forward of your ankle. Take big, deep breaths. Good job, you guys. Last round here. And then back up to your hands if you're not there for some reason. Work your left foot back to midline so you're framing your left foot with your hands. Lift your back knee up. Pyramid stance is where we're headed. So step your back foot forward as much as you need so that both of your feet are flat on the ground. Again, I like my feet on 2 train tracks with all of my toes facing directly forward. Traditionally, it's a balance beam with an angle in your back foot. I don't like that way, so I don't do it that way. So do what works best for you. Halfway lift position. And as you're in your halfway lift, focus on pulling your left butt cheek back, 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 and up, 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 up. So really work that. That's what's gonna make the difference in what you get out of this pose. So left butt cheek pulls back and up, and then as you're ready, bow forward. Forehead towards your shin, nose towards your knee, navel towards your spine. End of each exhalation. See if you can fold a little bit further. So you're not just hanging out mindlessly thinking about what you have to do later. You're in the pose and you're feeling everything you can with every breath you take. You're working the pose from the inside with your awareness. You're binding your awareness to whatever's going on inside your body. You're binding your awareness to your breath, breath to movement. That's the yoga. Last round. And then from this place, all you're gonna do, nice and easy, just step your back foot forward, forward fold. And then once you've arrived in your forward fold, bring your big toes together to touch. Little gap in between your heels. Tuck and curl, tiny little potato bug ball. Butt towards the ground, nose towards your knees, and you can choose to lift your heels or press them down. If you feel like doing something different, like a toe stand or crow pose, feel free. Next time you breathe in, my friends, spinal extension, stick your butt out and lengthen your spine nice and long. Exhale, release and fold. Rise, take it all the way up, arms extend. Hands to your heart, exhale. Flow with your breath, inhale, reach. Baby back bend, cactus your arms, transverse abdominis engages to protect low back as you open. Inhale, re-extend. And exhale, dive down slowly and fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, plank or modified. Inhale at the top of your push-up. Slowly lower, strong straight line all the way to your belly. Baby cobra, one more time, this little flow. So staying low. Exhale, release. Spider-Man cobra on your fingertips, elbows face the sky. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Full cobra, so just as high as feels right to you, using a little more strength in your arms this time. Exhale, lower down. And then however you'd like to get there, downward facing dog. I'd say this was more of a deep power practice. This was challenging, at least for me. All right. Inhale your right leg high. Pigeon pose is where we're headed. So right shin to the top of your mat, or if you know you'd rather take this on your back or in a seat, always that's your choice. We'll be here for about 5 to 7 rounds. So set yourself up really intentionally. And then breath by breath, just settle in. Give it about 3, 4 more breaths. Big and spacious. Slowly, friends, find our way to a down dog, or if you're on your back, you're welcome to stay there and neutralize however you want in between sides. But if you're in regular pigeon, I'm taking it back to three-legged dog, giving my right leg a little shaky shake. You can do whatever you'd like. Just find your way back to down dog, and if you want to move through a vinyasa, go for it. Inhale your left leg to the sky. Pigeon pose as you exhale, nice and easy, body comes down. Pull your left butt cheek up and back. And as you do that, you should feel that same thing, your transverse. So rather than feeling like you're sinking into your low back and pressing your belly forward, a little tone, navel to spine, and you'll get at the same time the stability in your hips. You're plugging your left femur bone into the socket as you bow forward. Notice, has your mind gone somewhere else, and just come back to whatever you're feeling in your body, the sensation, even if it's uncomfortable. Send your breath into the areas of tightness, wherever you're feeling it most. Visualize, use your imagination, visualize your breath and move it into those spaces. Last couple of rounds on this side. And then let's slowly, I'll just leave it up to you, whenever you feel pretty even, start to find your way up. And one last down dog, or if you're already on your back and you just want to wait for us, of course, feel free to do so. So left leg up and back, shake it out. Walk it out. If you wanted one last vinyasa, now would also be your time to move through one last vinyasa. All right, my friends, and then after a couple more rounds, just in your dog pose, set your knees down, tabletop, and however you want to find your way onto your back, make your way onto your back. Once you're there, just hug your knees in and gently rock side to side. Give your low back a little massage. Supine spinal twist of your choice. Let your knees go either direction first. Take about 5 rounds on each side. And continue to move your breath all the way down into your low belly, all the way down into your hips and your pelvis, low back. Just a little bit longer, big and spacious with your breath. And then back through center and switch to the other side if you haven't already. Might take a moment in between sides to just kind of neutralize a little rock or a squeeze of your knees. Feel even on both sides, bring it back up. Take a moment, little rock. Maybe a hugging in of your knees, like a tiny little potato bug ball on your back. And then happy baby pose. Pull down with your arms, press up through your heels, flex through your toes. And try to find a neutral spine rather than rounding. And if rounding is what's happening, that's okay, but find the action that would create a neutral spine. And just work that action as best you can. So we're working the backs of our shoulders towards the ground and our tailbone towards the ground. Ideally, one day, a little tiny space under our low back, the natural curve of our low back lifts away from the ground like a little grape could slide under there. If you want to extend one leg and then the other leg or both legs, go for it. And then if there are any other poses, friends, that you want to take for your own self to complete your own practice, give yourself about 5-10 rounds to do so. Anything else your body is calling for? And then whenever you feel so inclined, no rush, but eventually just start to find your way into your final relaxation. Your Shavasana. And you can let your breath now become effortless as you move into your Shavasana. You can let all your muscles soften. And my thought for you today. This is by Cory Muscara, my favorite meditation teacher. It says, fear says, what if it doesn't work out? True self says, it may not. And that's not the point. The point is you become in the process. Fear says, what if it doesn't work out? True self says, it may not. And that's not the point. The point is you become in the process. Our minds are conditioned to overthink, to worry, to attach, to have trouble letting go, to want control. Our minds always want to know if everything's going to work out. At the end of the day, it really doesn't even matter. Our soul is becoming more and more connected, more and more expansive inside of us every time we choose to just be present every time we choose to just feel whatever there is to feel in this moment and let go of how it turns out, how it works out, or whether or not it does. So just enjoying what we have while it's right in front of us, soaking in everything as it happens to us in our lives. That's how we connect to our true self, to our soul. That's how we expand into more of who we are and remember our wholeness. Not by wanting everything to work out all the time, not by tying our life up into a nice little bow, but just becoming more and more connected to our soul, to our wholest self. Again and again, over and over. Just being with what's right in front of us wholeheartedly. Allowing whatever is flowing through to have space. For these last couple moments, that's all you're doing. You're just that wide open space. Shavasana. Take a deep breath in. Let it go. And just start to slowly wiggle. Bring gentle movement back into your body. And eventually roll to either side, fetal position. Just give yourself a moment to rest here, to really let your practice soak in. Just feel into the nurturing energy of this pose. Using your arms, begin to find your way up into seated meditation. And just sit up nice and tall. Maybe right back in the same position you started in. And gather your hands to your heart. Just bow your head to your heart. And thank yourself, acknowledge yourself for showing up, taking time out of your day, practice, to be present, to feel. Thank you so much for letting me guide you, my friends. Namaste. Okie dokie, artichokes. Bless.
Thank you.
You're so welcome.
Thanks, Katie.
Hey, do you guys have a preference? I'm gonna be gone. I think it's probably 2 Tuesdays in May. Do you have a preference of subs? Like, do you like Carly? Did you like Carly or I don't know? Or just
Anyone you get is fine.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. You're not too picky. Okay. As long
Yeah,
as
what Scott said.
okay, all right. You guys are nice. Okay, I will see you next week.
Goodbye.
Right, see you.
Thanks, guys. Bye.